Imagine dedicating your entire life to a mission so difficult that many before you had failed. Imagine facing disease, persecution, and even death, yet pressing on with unwavering faith. This is the story of Saint Daniel Comboni, the missionary who gave everything for Africa. Daniel Comboni was born on March 15, 1831, in a small village in northern Italy. He was the only surviving child of poor but deeply faithful parents. Though his family had little, they recognized his intelligence and sent him to study at the Mazza Institute in Verona. It was there that Daniel first heard about missionary work in Africa, a place where many priests had gone but never returned. While others saw danger, Daniel saw a calling. In 1857, at just 26 years old, he set sail for Central Africa. What he found was heartbreaking: disease, poverty, and the horrors of the slave trade. Many of his fellow missionaries died, but instead of giving up, Daniel's heart burned even stronger for Africa. Realizing that traditional missionary methods were failing, Comboni came up with a bold new idea, something never done before. In 1864, he wrote his plan for the regeneration of Africa. His plan? To train Africans to evangelize their own people. He believed that Africa could only be truly saved with the help of Africans themselves. Save Africa with Africa. This became his motto. But the road was not easy. He faced resistance from European colonizers, from the slave traders, and even from some in the church who doubted his vision. But Comboni was a fighter. He traveled across Europe, rallying support. He founded the Comboni Missionaries in 1867 and later the Comboni Missionary Sisters in 1872. Schools, missions, and churches began to rise across Sudan, Egypt, and other parts of Africa. In 1877, Comboni was made Bishop of Central Africa. He had achieved what no one before him had done, but with great success came great suffering. He faced extreme heat, constant illness, and unrelenting attacks from the slave traders who saw him as a threat. His fellow missionaries were dying, and at times he felt utterly alone. Yet he never gave up. He continued fighting for education, healthcare, and the abolition of slavery. His mission was becoming a beacon of hope in a land of suffering. But even the strongest warriors grow weary. Years of tireless work took their toll on Comboni's health. On October 10, 1881, at just 50 years old, he died in Khartoum, Sudan. His final words, "I die, but my work will not die." And he was right. His mission did not die. Today, the Comboni missionaries are active in more than 40 countries, continuing his legacy of faith, service, and love. Daniel Comboni was canonized a saint on October 5, 2003 by Pope John Paul II. He is now honored as a patron of African missions, a man whose life teaches us faith overcomes obstacles. Empowerment creates lasting change. Justice and love must always prevail. Saint Daniel Comboni's story is not just about the past. His vision of saving Africa with Africa remains an inspiration for missionaries, educators, and all who fight for justice today. If you've been inspired by this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so more people can hear about the great saints who changed the world. Who should we cover next? Let us know in the comments.